Want what's funny? Flatulence. Let's face it, guys. This is the internet, no matter how old you are. Gassy farts, people gassy, flatulence, stinkiness. It's funny. I don't know why. Video game characters with the worst farts. I don't know, Sonic. Now, look at his main diet. We only see him eating chili dogs.
Hey, is a chili dog nature's most perfect food? Nope.
First of all, that is not the main diet for a hedgehog. Like, what happens when you give a dog food that it's not supposed to eat? It gets the runs, and it's pooping all over the place, and you try to like keep it outside, but no, there's just poop everywhere. And it smells horrible. So think of a hedgehog who's just constantly eating chili cheese dogs. And not only that, this guy, he's running super fast. He's running. This isn't a good motion. Stop that. He's running really fast. And like his stomach, it's just like shaking up in there. And then to top it off even more, he does these little loop-de-loops, like all day, like whoop. And what does his stomach do? Whoop. And then what happens next? He just like launches him up straight in the air. And then he falls back down. But his stomach is still like whoop, going up, and then the body goes down, but his stomach keeps going up too. Like it's just shaking that up. All of that acid, all of that funk that shouldn't be there in the first place. And guess what? Eventually he's gonna stop for a second and get a little and all of a sudden like Tails dies. Luckily Tails comes back to life right afterwards. I don't know why he keeps following behind him. Man, that's gotta really suck for Tails. Constantly behind that ass. Woo-hoo-hoo. Not good for him. Not good for him at all.
I think the first person I gotta throw out there is Yoshi. Yoshi, he eats anything. He just glump, glump, and then just sucks it into his mouth and then through his body, and within seconds, it comes out of his anus as an egg. It just comes right out. Like, have you ever smelled eggs, like hard-boiled eggs? They don't smell good. And I don't have to get into like, he's processing everything that he puts into his body and going through his gastrointestinal tract in a matter of seconds, and then turning it into something that already smells bad without all the other stuff like taken into it. That has to be, if he farts after that has to be just the nastiest fart you've ever smelled in your life. I cannot imagine, well, okay, Joe and Shire's farts are probably a little worse, but that has to be like a close second.
Oh, farts. Such highbrow humor on this channel. Let's go with Wario, yeah? You got it. I mean, the Wario waft, man. He calls it the waft. What a smelly term for an attack you have. It just looks like it smells terrible, and it's so powerful that it propels him into the stratosphere. Like, have you ever heard just those trumpeting farts that sound like they're blasting out the back of the dude's pants? This is one of those farts. This is a fart that can actually injure you. This is a fart that you hope he knocks you out with that head attack, so you're unconscious and don't have to smell the smelly fart that lingers in the arena. In the new Smash Brothers game, there should just be a gas cloud, like a gaseous area, that if you go into it after the waft, you start, your health meter starts going up into the hundreds. Because man, it looks like a smelly fart and it's all green and yellow. It's visible. It's a fart so smelly you can see it before you smell it. Oh God, and the dude's fat. You know it's bad. You know it's a bad fart.
Banana farts. Those are the worst. And who eats a bunch of bananas? Donkey Kong. And like Donkey Kong, when you've seen like the first Donkey Kong game, he's got a mountain of bananas, Mount Banana. And he's just like whoop, 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 all day eating bananas. Now I don't know if you guys have ever smelled a gorilla fart, but they aren't good in the first place. Don't ask me why I know what a gorilla fart smells like. I spent a lot of time at a zoo when I was younger. Long story. Anyways, gorilla farts are horrible. Now imagine a gorilla fart that's going through gorilla anus, and it smells like banana nut bread, but not lovely banana nut bread, just banana and bleh. It's gotta be the worst.
And then second, I gotta go with Frank West. Frank West, or really any character from Dead Rising. They're walking around in the zombie apocalypse, and sometimes you get attacked by a zombie and you get a little low on health, so what do you do to replenish your health? You eat anything. Literally f***ing anything that's just lying on the ground, on a counter, weeks old, sitting out, turkey, f***ing just like the oldest beer and just like rotten apples and stuff. It doesn't say that it's rotten in the game, but it's the zombie apocalypse. You've been there for weeks, trapped in this mess, and the stuff's just sitting out. It's not gonna be good, and he's eating it. I mean, it's necessity. You gotta do what you gotta do, but he's eating that stuff. It's all passing through there, and you know it's generating some gas. You know there's some fumes being created, and his farts when he's in that safety room, like it's gotta literally be the safety room because he's calling that all day. I mean, when you're in the zombie apocalypse and there's zombies after you, you don't also want your fellow survivors hitting you repeatedly until you touch a doorknob. That's just a dangerous game to be playing. And I got to imagine that no one likes him for his farts.
And then let's stick with the Super Smash Bros. Theme. Let's go with Kirby, a dude so obsessed with food that he eats other characters. He's like, I'm gonna eat this. And like when he hits the final Smash Ball, he puts everything into a pot. That's like, oh, if you had some leftover pizza in the fridge and some yogurt and some whatever, some pineapple, and you threw it into a blender. Well, actually, pineapple and pizza kind of go together.
That's delicious.
But yeah, well, not yogurt on pizza, and like some leftover salmon and you put it all in the blender and then just drank that. And then that's what his farts smell like, probably. The guy who does that. He's like the guy at the all-you-can-eat buffet. He's just obsessed with eating, and you don't want to be behind him when that all-you-can-eat buffet crab leg fart goes off, because it's gonna be devastating. It's gonna be bad. He's a pink puffball. It's just great for storing gas because he can expand. So he probably holds it in and expands and gets bigger, and then just lets out huge, nasty rippers. That's how I imagine he farts. And yeah, Kirby's farts you don't want to be around.
Have you guys ever gone to the zoo and smelled a gorilla fart? Ain't that a sentence I just said? What?